Good evening, good evening. I didn't even know you was going.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah. Good evening, this is Brandon, Devour'e TV, here with my man Tone Butter, soul rap artist out of the DMV. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing, Tone Butter?
What's happening, man? I'm blessed. I can't complain. Glad to be here, man. Thankful for the opportunity.
I want to get right into it. That video, uh, Blizzard. Let's get that. Let's talk about that. What was your inspiration for that video?
Well, basically, Blizzard, it was a kind of analogy, just me letting people know that I'm about to send a blizzard. I'm about to come strong, and powerful. You know what I mean? And I'm about to send a wave. As far as my music, just my whole presence, everything that I'm bringing to the table, I'm coming like a blizzard.
Okay, okay. So what made you want to get into the soul rap?
Well, soul rap was just me, basically like establishing my own lane as a soul rap artist. That was me just establishing my own genre. Because even though but for the people, I'm a man of God. So I changed my message around, as far as what I was talking about in my music, and I felt like I didn't put myself in the category of a gospel artist, even though I'm still a man of God. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I want my music to be relatable to everybody. I don't want it to just be looked at as, oh, he's a gospel artist. This is just for people that's believe in Jesus Christ, or just for people that, I want it to be relatable to everybody, because we all go through struggles. We all human. We all go through some of them similar things. You know what I mean? So what I talk about based on my life, I want people of all color, of all nationalities, all walks of life to be able to relate, to be like, man, I feel him. You know what I'm saying? I want them to feel me.
So who were some of your inspirations as far as rap music? You know, the whole music genre, things like that.
I'm different. You know what I'm saying? As you know, I'm different. Now, the '90s era rap, gangster rap, and all that stuff. That was my favorite rapper coming up, growing up, was Soldier Slim and MC8. I listen to a lot of that. Scarface.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying? But my style is originated from go-go.
okay.
Growing up, them days in school or around the neighborhood, beating on the
Beating on the
door or beating on the back of the B2
two
bus,
bus.
just
Okay.
freestyling, rapping. You know what I'm saying? And soulful music. Uh, David Ruffin was one of my influences. That's still one of my favorite artists to this day. You know what I mean? A lot of soul. Al Green, the oldies but goodies. I listen to that actually more than I listen to rap.
Okay, okay. And for those who missed it, this is Devour TV on It's Gorgeous Radio.
Real business.
So you do have that show coming up in Kansas soon, right?
I'm going to Kansas City, Junction City, Kansas. It's a Independence Day event hosted by Tone Capone. Shout out to Tone Capone from Junction City, Kansas. He do events all over from state to state. A friend of mine and also my promoter, Black Pearl, Pearl Laster. Shout out to Black Pearl. That's my baby. I love her. She connected me. Well, I was connected with him through social media, but her nephew, shout out to David Laster. Me and him was talking, and he was like, "Man, yeah, my man do showcases and stuff out in Tampa, cause Tone Capone out in Tampa doing big showcases and stuff like that." And I was like, "Man, you gotta bring me out there." So when I looked him up on social media, me and him had already been talking about that. I was like, "Oh, this is Slim." So now they got me coming out there, glory to God, to go and do my thing. So me and my whole team, my whole organization, Real Business, we gonna go out there and we gonna light it up. You know what I mean, for
Okay.
July the 4th.
So let's get into with off the showcase part. I do a showcase on Monday, so hopefully we can have you come out Monday.
Real business.
But have you been keeping up with this Aisha Curry thing?
Aisha Curry.
I, you
I
laughing, you
really, man,
laughing.
you know what? I'm the type of guy I really don't. I feel like that's her personal business. Far as especially in the merge, I feel like that's their personal life. Who am I to speak on? I don't feel like she was wrong for anything she said long story short though, because I mean she's just letting it be known, even though on the outside looking in, things always kind of seem to appear good, but she just letting it know like we real people. You know, we have a real marriage. There's things that are not all together like everybody may think they are. You know what I'm saying? Though, despite the fact we got all this money, despite the fact her husband is a huge famous basketball star, we still have problems just like everybody else. She let it be known about her insecurities. But I personally think that some things is just better to be left off personal. I feel like it should be kept, because you open it up for a broad of, you opening up a door to so many people who can be ignorant, and like social media. Like, you know, a bunch of ignorance and stuff that take it, blow it out of proportion, switch it, flip it up, and have her saying stuff that she didn't say and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think I think you should keep your personal life personal, but I don't think that she was wrong about anything she said.
Okay, we could. You like this video? Okay, so we gonna get into one of your videos.
Real business.
Which one we getting into first? Blizzard. We gonna get into that Blizzard video.
Real business, man. Most definitely, man. Definitely. That's nothing.
Look, man, I got 300. How much what you say? 7. I need 700. About when? Man, I ain't gonna have that but tonight. All right, let me see what I can do. All right, I said let me see what I can do. I'll talk to you later. Damn. Man. God, what am I going to do? Where am I going to get $700? Think. Just help me out this one time, God. Please, just help me out this one time. That's all I ask.
What's up, boss man?
What's
happening, man?
All right, man. What's up?
Hey, man, you seen that game?
Man,
the Redskins and the Steelers, man. Hey, man, that game was like that, man.
That's the last thing I need.
Oh, man, it look like you having a rough day, man.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Look, man, trust me, we all go through it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Don't
right.
worry about it. God got us, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is your strength, man. Trust me, anything you going through, He already know. He already got it taken care of. You just gotta have faith. It's a mustard seed, baby. You know how it go.
Right.
But anyways, man, not to be rude, my name's Tone.
Right,
They call me Tone Butler.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I'm actually a soul rap artist, you know, from the DMV, from right here, from home.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Matter of fact, I got a CD on me right here, man. Truth be told.
All right.
Check that joint out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be blessed, man. Stay encouraged, man.
I will. I'll do that.
Real
I'll check
business.
it out. I'll check it out.
Most definitely. Much love, man.
All right, easy, my man.
All right.
Hey, Coach.
Blizzard, huh? It's a blizzard, what? Blizzard, huh? Tone butter, real, my flow colder than a blizzard. I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, my flow colder than a blizzard. I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, I'm colder than a blizzard. I'm spitting blizzards, I leave you frozen cause my lyrics is something serious. Your frost bites when you listen, I know you hear it. These verses colder than the winter, I know you feel it. It's real business, I come through like an avalanche. But that was the master's plan, you never seen me coming. Now just look at the aftermath. Advance through the circumstance, don't think that you understand. Bounce back like a second chance, boy, I'm lit like a power plant. I got him like really though, didn't know he could really flow. Seen him once in a video, but he was acting silly though. But now you could hear me though, I'm the voice of the city, Mo. It's about to get really cold, I hope that you feel me though. In a blizzard, I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, my flow colder than a blizzard. I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, I'm in the blizzard. Dancing snowing like a blizzard, I got God on my side. I be spitting that true serum with some wisdom inside. I'ma give you boys some scissors just to cut all these lies. All this foolishness I'm hearing and I still ain't surprised. When I deliver, bodies quiver, I'm the cool in the night. I don't mean to break the ice, but I ain't nothing nice. See, I'm all about my business, I ain't playing Monopoly. And I'm about to send a blizzard, so you better keep watching me. And I bet that they rock with me when I crank it so properly. But they might pull a robbery, cause my flow like the lottery. So just go ahead and follow me while I kick like a soccer team. Freezer burns when I rock the beat, boy, I'm cold as a hockey break. In a blizzard, I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, my flow colder than a blizzard. I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, I'm in the blizzard. Cool as a ceiling fan, call me the igloo man. Chill like an Eskimo, I'm sharp as a glacier fan. My flow is so bipolar, boy, I'm cold as an iceberg. Just gave you brain freeze, but don't trip, that's some slight work. Lyrics just so frigid, give your folks hypothermia. I think I'm Siberian, put in work like a husky, bruh. Sub-Zero, I'm 10 below, I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. They hate when the truth be told, they say that I do the most. I give them the rope of dope, so be careful, don't get too close. Get hit with that okie doke, make you feel like you overdose. So please do not sleep on me, I'm bold as a soldier. And even the demons freeze like I froze hell alone. Colder than a blizzard, I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, my flow colder than a blizzard. I'm spitting blizzards, I leave it frozen like a blizzard. Man, it's a blizzard, you better watch out for the blizzards. I'm sending blizzards, these dancing snowing like a blizzard. I'm in the blizzard, I'm in the blizzard.
Welcome back to Devour'e TV on this gorgeous radio.
Real business, real
Still
business.
here with my man Tone Butter.
You already know, man.
So tell me more about this Blizzard video. Where you filmed this at? How did you come up with the concept?
Man, this is the crazy part. The video is real divine. I filmed it out back of my house, And behind my house is a lot of woods and stuff like that, right? So it snowed one day. I've been trying to shoot that. I was trying to shoot that video for the longest, but I never knew. I always wanted. I had it in my mind of how I wanted it, but when the time came for me to shoot it, my videographer, he hit me up like, listen, I got some free time today. You ready to shoot the joint or not? I didn't have it written down or nothing like that planned out or nothing, but I didn't want to pass up the opportunity, so I was like, yeah, ready. So he hung up. I'm like, dang, I don't know what I'm going to do. Everything I had in my head went out the door. I was like, dang. So I started to pray. I was like, Lord, lead me. How you want me to do this? You know what I mean? How should I put it out there? Because I want this video to not make only impact for entertainment, but I wanted to make impact in a godly manner as well. So God just started to lead, just started to speak to me. And everything he would speak to me, I would just put it in perspective and line it up. And it's a scene in the beginning where I'm talking to a guy that's sitting on a bench. And he's on the phone and he's talking like, as if he's getting put out and he's about to be homeless and he needed $700. So that happened in a blink of an eye. I just had met him. Never met him before. He was a friend of my videographer. So God had spoke to me. He was like, put him in a video. So I'm like, all right, what are you going to do? So God gave me the concept and everything. So nothing was acted out. Everything was done off the first take. Nothing was went over or we practiced it, nothing. So I was just told him the concept. I said, like, look, man, do this. He was like, I ain't never act before, but I'm going to do my best. I said, man, look, I'm going to just feed off of you. Just do this. Get on the phone, act like this, blah, blah, blah. He was like, all right. So when the video got finished, it almost never got put out because he called my videographer, cursing my videographer out, like, man, why you tell him all that stuff? Why you telling him my business? Why you let that man know my business and stuff like that, right? So I'm like, he called me and was like, yeah, man, he called me tripping, talking about I've been telling you his business. I told him that you don't even know him. I never even spoke about you, spoke to you about him, never before. That was the first time meeting him. He was like, I told him that you just came up with that concept on the break, but that was exactly to the T of what he was going through at that moment. And in that moment, as you see, I told him to, pray to God about your situation. So when he prayed to God about this situation, he was like, Lord, just help me. If you just help me this one time, I praise you. So when I walked up out of nowhere. And that's how God comes sometimes. He come out of nowhere. He surprised you in your mess. You know what I mean? And I was just talking to him, just breaking bread with him. And I was relatable to him. I started talking about the Redskins, and then I gave him one of my CDs. And when I gave him my CD and walked off, he opened the CD case, and it was the money that he needed so that he wouldn't get put out. So stuff like that, and it was divine, man. All that was led by God. And it was also the part where you see the young guy finessing the other young guy. Well, those were my two younger brothers. Now, this was definitely led by God. When they did that, that was in the spirit of the moment. And he finessed them for the money. He stole the money from them. Then he chased them down. He wanted to kill them. So he chased them into the woods. When he chased them into the woods, he kind of gassed out by a tree. And he had no other way out. So he started to pray. And when he started to pray, the other guy caught up with him and put the gun up to him, ready to kill him. But when he went to go shoot him, the gun wouldn't shoot. And I appeared as like an angel, protecting him, covering him, letting him know that God heard his prayers. And the gunman, after keep trying to shoot the gun, realizing they can't shoot, he realized that it was an angel right there, and he ran off. Which was crazy was right after that, probably like a month or two after that, they had a little ordeal where money was stolen. The one who stole the money, it actually happened in that kind of manner, where he stole money from my other little brother. And right after that, it was some youngins that came up to him and tried to put a gun to him and robbed him. And who knows if they was ready to kill him or not. But I know he was talking about, man, I started to pray and, I started to talk to God. And they just took the money and they went on about their business, which the same thing that happened in the video. So the whole thing was led by God, you know what I mean? So that Blizzard video is definitely, it's very divine. You just have to be able to pay attention and really gain an understanding of what you're watching to really catch it, you know what I mean?
Now my next question is, because I know kind of like where you come from and all that. So what made you change from what you were doing to all of a sudden be a godly man?
Well, man, God has had his hand on me since a little boy, man. I've been having like different encounters with God, but I didn't understand it. But as I got older, and then I got caught up in the street life in DC and doing all types of stuff, all types of wild criminal activities and stuff out here. And it was like, I know my folks used to tell me, you're on the one-way trail to hell. And I was. And I know what it feel like when it feels like that you're going to die. I know what it feel like to constantly be paranoid, and it's just like your life is coming to an end based on all the stuff that you're doing, you know what I mean? And I just wanted out. I just wanted better for my life. I just knew in my heart that I was better, that I can see better. I used to tell myself every day, I used to talk to God. One thing I think my father taught me about the Lord when I was younger, and that stayed with me. So even when I was doing wrong and stuff like that, I would still talk to Jesus. Like, Lord Jesus, I know I'm about to go rob this person or so-and-so. Please don't let me get caught. and in my mind, I'd be like, I know that's stupid. That's backwards. But I would still pray on it. And I never used to get caught. Somehow, it'll be like, he's hearing me. In my own funny way, it was like he's hearing me. But just having a lot of close, face-to-face death encounters and just being in situations, just knowing that, man, it was God that brought me out. It was God that brought me out. And I always would say, man, I seen what the worst of life has to offer. My next move is going to be either in a two-door casket or it's going to be doing life in prison. So I'm walking on thin ice because God saving me from too much. For me to keep on walking on that thin ice, I need to make a change with my life. And, it was a process, man.
So was it a specific incident that made you change, or
nah, it was many. It was many. Like a lot of people who walk into the new chapter of my life, now that I'm pursuing God and I'm following after Christ, and they think it was you just wake up one day and I'm godly. Nah, it wasn't like that, man. It was a process, man. It was just my life experiences and God revealing to me over time that he was there the whole time. Through all the bad, through all the ups, the downs, I went through depression, I went through suicide, I went through a lot, man. Like my mind could have been elsewhere. I could have been laying elsewhere. It's instances where I've been with people that's not here today, where I probably should be where they at, but I knew it was a reason I'm alive. God had his hand on me for a better purpose, and now
I'm definitely a witness to that. I think when I met you, it was kind of like maybe in the middle of that transition.
Nah, when you met me, I actually was in a backslidden state because it's like it's a walk with God, man, and it's not, you don't perfect it, but God give you the grace to keep walking. You do your best. It's not perfected, but you do your best to not makes doing what God is not pleased of a lifestyle. Don't make living foul a lifestyle. You know what I mean? You're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes, but don't lay in it. You keep walking. You know what I mean? And you learn in your falls and your mess ups to stay connected, to hold on tighter to God. You know what I'm saying? And you met me in the stage where I had backslid. I had went back to smoking, went back to drinking, went back to messing around with women again, and doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing because I was actually practicing abstinence for 2 years. And then what I did was I got too comfortable. And that's like holding your parents' hand when you're small. No, your parents teach you how to ride a bike and you feel like you got it. But you don't really got it, but you feel like you got it because they guiding you, and you upright and you like, all right, I got it, let go. Next thing you know, they let go and you realize, oh, I ain't got it like I thought I had. Boom. And that's kind of the same thing with me. I was doing so good, I got so comfortable with myself. Like, all right, God, I'm good. I can put myself in this situation because I've been doing good. Or I can and realize, nah, that's not how it goes. You hold on to my hand. I'm guiding you. Don't let go. Don't think I'm guiding you. I got you. You know what I mean?
So next I want to touch on this Mochella thing. How you feel about the
Mochella? That joint was lit, man. I mean, we from the city. It's the essence of the city. Go-go is the essence of the city. I feel like sometimes, man, the biggest blessings come through, you know, they come through in the wildest scenarios, like the white guy or the Caucasian man that said, you know, the go-go was too loud. You know, all he did was really bring the city together on something that we all can come together about, which is the essence, the music, you know, the culture, the go-go culture that's the essence of our city, man. And that's one thing I can say that will bring our city together, is that the go-go music, man. Go-go music. I feel like Mochella I feel like it can grow to something even bigger and better if there's no ignorance or negativity that becomes involved with it. But if negativity and ignorance creeps in, it's gonna get shut down.
Okay. Now my thing, like I was telling people, you know, everybody was out there for the Mochella and the Don't Mute DC.
Right.
But where were we before that when we could have stopped a lot of this regentrification? Because I believe that's where it kind of starts from. Remember when they started doing the regentrification, that's where they started building all these houses by Howard and
Right.
Southeast.
Right.
And now that they trying to mute the black community, but you knew what you were doing when you built these new high rises and things in these different areas.
We used to talk about this when I was younger, man. When I went to Elliott Junior High School. We used to talk about this when I was like in junior high school, about how this was a plan they had a long time ago, mapped out to come back and take Washington, D.C. back. Because you got to realize, for one, the White House is here. So many businesses and jobs is here. This is a plan that was put into play a long time ago. I feel like us as a people, we had this city for a long time. It was Chocolate City. We had this city. This was our city for a long time. But because of so much ignorance and negativity that has, you know, went abroad in the city, it's like we didn't take care. We wasn't good stewards over what was given to us. And now that they crept in and started doing this and doing that and rebuilding it, us not taking care of it like we supposed to, coming together, uniting like we supposed to, that made us weak to the fact of when they came in to started changing it and renovating the whole city. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to, you got all this killing and murder going on and all this ignorant stuff. They're going to clean that up. It's a bad look. If we was doing what we supposed to do, it would have been hard for them to come in and just take over stuff like that. Even on us, you know, going in business for ourselves, starting businesses for our own communities and stuff like that, it would have been hard for them to come in and just move us out like that if we was on top of our game. This is just my personal opinion. This is how I feel. You dig?
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
So I know lately, the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling like it's more that we need to do. I even talked to some people about putting together some things as far as getting the youth or teaching the youth, because I think that's what we missed a generation.
Definitely.
So I wanted to touch more on about that. Like, what do you think about that idea? Like, I'd have reached out to a couple of big name people that said they ready when I'm ready. So I'm in the process of trying to put that together. So also I'm offering that opportunity to you, but I just want to know how you feel about that.
How do I feel about doing things to impact the youth?
Yeah.
Well, that's right up my alley. That's what as you know, that's what I do, man. That's another one of my purposes. I feel that God has me in the position I am to impact the youth in a positive way, you know, to be a light to them, for especially somebody who came from doing ignorant, from doing stupid, from doing the criminal stuff, somebody who was going down the wrong path or the one-way trail to hell, like I like to say. Right. Who better to teach them than somebody who been there? You know what I mean? I feel like now that God got me on the right path, I can be a light to them and let them know, listen, all that stuff look good right now, but you gotta wisen up, cause it ain't gonna be good for you in the end. It's not gonna be good for your ending. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be good for you later on down the line. It's gonna come back to bite you, and it's gonna bite you hard. Life will deal you a hand that sometimes you can't recover from if you're not. For one, if you're not in a position to where you are setting yourself up for success and not failure. You feel what I'm saying? We have to impact it. The youth is going to be the future. They're going to be the ones driving the plane that we're going to have to take backseat of one day. You know what I mean? Just like in our generation, now we're going to be the ones driving the plane, which our older folks have to take backseat of one day. Would you want to take backseat of a plane that young children who have no wisdom, no respect, no regard for life, do you want them driving the plane that you sitting on, that you in the backseat of? I don't.
Nah, definitely.
So
not.
I want to do my best to be a light as many. You might not reach them all, and that's just reality. But at least reach the ones, at least try to reach the ones that you can. Even if you don't go throughout the whole world, reach the ones in your neighborhood. You know, reach the ones you see on a daily. You dig?
Well, sometimes I think it's also about the way you talk to them. You know, you can't really talk to the youth like our older peoples could talk to us. You know.
Father, what you mean by that?
You know, like you can kind of like yell, scream, cuss us out, or you know, kind of like. And we just accepted it because we knew, like, oh, this is my uncle. You know, like, kind of like the discussion we had the other day. Like, nah, you don't even want to go there. But, like, it's like now the youngest don't have no respect. So now you got to kind of, like, we got to talk to them a different way so they can understand. Like, and the reason why I say that, like, the whole thing with T.I. and Kodak Black.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see where you coming from. I feel like it always been that way, though, because one thing I want to say, it's not all the youngins, because you have some very intellectual, smart, young people that are coming up. So it's not all, but, you know, the negativity is always magnified more than the positivity. It's a lot of youngins out here that are doing good. It's a lot of young business owners. It's a lot of young entrepreneurs, trailblazers. You know, but that doesn't get magnified like the negativity and the negative ones. But far as what you said, I agree with that. It is always about, it's about how you go about a situation. You know what I mean? I can say something to you, but it's using the wisdom to really make an impact with what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. And we gonna get into your next video, One Shot.
One shot, real business.
I kind of like the message of that, so we're gonna get into that one.
Real business.
Okay. Real business. Talk butter. One shot, baby. We shoot for the stars. You hear me? We aiming for heaven, baby. If it's not about Jesus, it don't make sense. They mad cause I rather chase dreams and chase chicks. When the snare kick, your head flip. Elevational bars, get you high in the chairlift. Watch me fly all over the atlas. Grinders never sleep, you all hugging your mattress. One shot, and I bet I don't miss it. Rookies fold under pressure, I'm a veteran, mister. Now I'm better than mister. It's butter, man. That ain't fly, young boy. Take off your mother pants. Ain't trying this, just being blunt with ya. Still the same guy that used to hit the blunts with ya. But now I'm saved and I'm doing it right. I don't know what you do it for, but I'm doing it for Christ. Now I'm saved and I'm doing it right. I don't know who you do it for, but I'm doing it for Christ. Okay. Real business. Talk butter. One shot. That's all you need. Okay.
We gonna get out the streets and put this shit out. Man, we gonna get out these streets, man. We got to, man. We gonna leave all this behind, man. All this smoking, drinking, selling food, we gonna leave it behind, man.
We got to, man.
Real business, man.
This to you, man.
Real business.
One shot.
One shot. We gonna get one shot by the grace of God, baby. Real
Take us
business.
out the Lord, man.
Most definitely, you hear me?
All day.
God got us, you hear me? Real business. Real business.
Yes, sir.
Back with my man Tone Butter, Devour'e TV on It's Gorgeous Radio.
Real business.
Man, this One Shot video, crazy. let's get more. I would like to hear you explain that concept of where that came from in your thought process.
Well, the one shot was just basically I got the beat for one from it's like this rap tournament that was online called One Shot, and they send out a few beats, and each artist has to make an original song to it and send it back, and you get a award, and it's like a package that they give you. You know what I mean? I went way past the deadline and still had the beat. I never got to send it in to do nothing, but some kept saying, do something with the beat. Just do so. I put it on one day, and I just started, freestyling and stuff too. I said, I'm going to do a little song and see how it go. I did a little song to it, and next thing you know, a lot of people was like, man, that joint jive, like, I like that, man. So I did a video to the joint, and the message is just like, sometimes in life, man, when you get that one shot, take advantage of it, man. Sometimes that one shot might don't come right away, but when you get it, take advantage of it, man.
All right. So that's do you have any new music coming up?
Man, listen, I got a slew of Jones coming out. You hear me? I got a slew of music coming out. I got my EP, Mr. Incognito. I supposed to have released that 2016. But like I said, man, everything I do is led by God. So, sometimes I might be looking at it like it's on my timing, but it's on God's timing. And everything, now I have more resources, more people I'm connected to and everything. So God lining everything up, and it's about to drop soon. You're never going to see it coming. Mr. Incognito, be on the lookout for that. Tone Butter, real business, you dig? You know what I'm saying? And I got a song that's definitely, I feel it's gonna make an impact in the community, especially for anybody doing the Stop the Violence movement. It's called The Good Die Young. It's a single that I have. It's coming out soon, so be on the lookout for it, man. On all music platforms, be on the lookout for this joint. And I got another single that's coming out soon as well. The ones that's about to drop right now is called I'm Yours. And it's kind of like it's a song. It's like my song. It's like I'm really talking to God. But most people, when they listen to it, they'll be able to put their self in it based on whatever experiences they had. But it's my experience with God, letting them know I messed up. I know I said I wasn't going to do it no more. I'm back here again begging and pleading for you to forgive me. You know what I mean? It's in the Bible. It's called Psalm 51, where David was asking God for forgiveness because God had blessed him and put him in a great position, and he went and messed up and done wrong again, and he was pleading for God not to do away with him. So this is kind of like my version of a Psalm 51. You dig?
Okay. Now I know you got the company Real Business.
Real
and,
business.
I just want to get into, or maybe touch on other business opportunities or light that God has shed on you to start other different things. I mean, I know, but I don't think the people know. So let's get with that.
Real business is mainly, it's a ministry that God gave me, and it's more than music. It's dealing with advocacy, it's dealing with the community, it's dealing with serving people, helping people, it's dealing with just making an impact for God's kingdom. So I got a lot of different things. I'm about to start a food. I don't want to say too much because I don't want nobody stealing my, you know what I'm saying, until I get everything polished. You dig? But I'm about to start my own food business that's coming out. I'll give you the name of it because that's already straight. It's called Royal Cuisines. You know what I'm saying? Meals made for kings and queens. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I got that coming. I do poetry, I do acting. Matter of fact, shout out to Kazar Coleman, film director Kazar Coleman, and from the DMV. He has a new TV show that's out, and May 25th, I'm going to be featured on it. On his segment Born for the Stage, doing a live taping for that joint May 25th. So shout out to Kazar Coleman as well, man.
Okay, that May 25th sound like a great date. Great date. It's a lot of things going on. I can't even really think of offhand.
Right.
But
and shout out, if I didn't say this, I always gotta give glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I got to, because if it wasn't for my Lord and Savior, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be in this position to do what I'm doing. So straight, first and foremost, I gotta get that out the way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I definitely would like that Stop the Violence song.
For sure.
Definitely need to hear that.
Man, I gave you a little a little snippet of that joint in the car. You was in the back seat off of this
I
joint,
remember.
brother.
I remember.
Yeah. You ain't gotta be all modest. You let them know. Yeah.
So when can we get you to grace one of these stages in the DMV though? I mean,
Man,
I know you going to Kansas, but
man, I done did the DMV. I'm always down to do
I'm
smacks
about to
in the
put
DMV.
you on the spot because I do a showcase on Mondays.
But you ain't put me on the spot. It's something we already know. It's already in the work. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't got no problem with that. Everything I do is just led by God.
And
you know, I always seek confirmation for God before doing things. Sometimes I might not understand why he say don't do this or wait, but I just be obedient. You feel what I'm saying? I just be obedient.
I want to thank you for coming out. This is, you know, a lot of people don't know this kind of like a special of this show. And the first show I'm giving y'all is special, but here on out it's gonna be basically catered to women.
Yeah.
Empowerment women business owners, models. If you own a clothing line of your women, everything's gonna be about women on this show.
Shout out to all the beautiful women. Shout out to all women, period. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to come back and say the beautiful, what you mean? Shout out to all women. Shout out to every lady on earth. Happy Mother's Day to all who are mothers. And Tone Butter, Tone Butter got love for all of y'all.
So,
real business.
What you doing for your mother for Mother's Day?
Well, my mother like me, man. My mother like to relax. She like to chill. She don't like to do too much. You know what I'm saying? So she loves seafood. So I'm going to seafood her to death. You know what I mean? We're going to get the crab legs. We're going to get the scrimps popping, the muscles and all that. We're going to get that popping.
Yeah,
the mom, she going to chill.
There you go with the muscles.
Yeah, man, you know. I'm a seafood lover because of my mother. Okay. Bars. Yeah. You heard me.
Okay.
Bars.
Also, I'm just gonna plug in. I hope I can have you out maybe doing some poetry for the grand opening May 24th.
Yeah. We ain't even talk about that. I do poetry as well.
May 24th, Deja Vu. My grand opening of the brunch. So it's gonna be a brunch. You know, I'm gonna do it. You know, we done already discussed that. It's gonna be a whole totally different way of doing the brunches here in the DMV.
Real business.
So definitely gonna have you out for that. Besides Kansas City, is it anywhere else you travel?
Well, right now, that's what's coming up recently. If you want to follow me and learn more about where you can find me or my upcoming performances or music, hit me up on Facebook. I'm always on there promoting and promoting God and promoting Jesus Christ and anything positive and enlightening, empowering. Antonio Joseph Smith, my whole name on Facebook. And on anything else, Twitter, @Tone Butter, TONEBUTTA. On Instagram, @CallMeTone Butter. You know what I'm saying? Follow me, I follow back. You know what I'm saying? And I show love. You know what I'm saying? That's what God put me here for. I show love. I break bread and I show love. Real business.
All right. So how you? I know you do a little bit of acting.
You say hold up. A little bit of acting. It seemed like some shade right there. Like I gotta show you my work or something, man.
Nah, you know I seen your work. We didn't actually been on a few things.
Yeah, so don't do me like that, Slim. Don't do me like that. Yeah, man.
But how do you feel about acting? Do you like that a little more than the music or?
That's a good question. I can't say I love them all differently, but yet the same. I love them all differently, but yet the same. Music is just my passion. It's like what music is coming from. It's my life testimony. So, you know, when you telling your testimony, things you've been through in life, things that you thought you wasn't going to go through, and you put it in a rhythm, in a rhythmatic form, and be able to tell your story and your testimony with such, you know, with a tenacious attitude, with such passion, it's like therapy to me, man. It's just like I come alive when I do it. Acting, it's like it's a natural gift that God just gave me. I never went to school for it or nothing like that. You know, it's just like a natural gift God gave me. I do it just, you know, it's just a natural gift, you know.
Okay, definitely want to have you out on June 29th. We definitely will be doing something with the community. CVS is involved.
Oh, I'm with that.
Nikki Studios, It's Gorgeous Radio, of course, Devour'e TV.
Shout out to It's Gorgeous too, man. He brought me up on the It's Gorgeous Awards. Rest in peace to Bishop Twan, man. That was the last time I got to see Bishop Twan, man. Showed big love when I seen him. It's Gorgeous. It looked out, man. If y'all ain't never been to the It's Gorgeous Awards, you got to go, man. He do that joint up. And shout out to my man Eddie Kane, man. Real business, stand-up dude, man. Always supporting and looking out for people in the DMV. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Well, as far as me personally, that's my guy. You dig? That's my man. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely got to send that shout out to my man Big Lil.
Big Lil, rest in peace, Big Lil, man. That's another stand-up dude, man. I remember they was at the I forgot the lounge. Was it the Tree Lounge? Him and Rico Hill, they was doing a joint, man.
Solly's.
Yeah, Solly's. Yeah, that's the joint, man. Rest in peace to Big Lil. They brought me up there.
Yeah, Solly's was actually the second thing we did. I don't know how many people remember the Blue Banana. That was
like
our first one.
2013, 2012.
Our first showcases was the Blue Banana up Georgia Avenue.
Yeah. Oh, so you was. Oh yeah. Okay.
We got the video too. Maybe I might repost that and let people see.
Yeah, real business.
So again, Devour'e TV is on It's Gorgeous Radio. Make sure y'all tune in next week, 6 to 7 p.m. Nikki Studios. And stay looking out for that community thing on June 29th.
Real business, man. And if you're a female artist in the DMV or anything, man, hit my man up, get on this show, man, and promote your brand, promote your business, whatever you doing, man. Come on here and let your voice be heard. Real business. You hear me?